This is the David Lloyd Tennis School at Intersport.com. In this guide, we'll show you how to hit a basic serve. It's important that you develop a consistent and reliable serving action. In singles matches, you serve in every other game, and the player that serves is normally considered to have an advantage. If you don't have a serve that you can use confidently, then you're immediately handing that advantage over to your opponent. Let's start with the grip. The grip for the serve is the continental grip. You may also hear it referred to as the chopper grip. The starting position for the serve is just behind the baseline, close to the center mark. In the singles game, standing close to the center mark means you're in the middle of the court when your opponent returns the ball. In doubles, most players move to a wider position, as the doubles court is wider and your partner will be covering the other half of the court. To begin the serve, stand sideways on with your non-racket side closest to the net. For right-handed players, this means the left foot will be closest to the baseline, and for left-handed players, it will be the right foot. Place your feet about shoulders width apart and about 45 degrees to the baseline. Your weight should be evenly balanced, with perhaps a little more on your front foot. As you improve, like these players, you'll probably start with your weight more on the front foot and move it to the back foot as you start the serve action. With the ball in your free hand, hold the racket and ball together in front of you, resting the ball on the throat or on the strings of the racket. Raise your arm up in front of you so that you can throw the ball up. Try to throw it slightly higher than you can reach when your racket arm is fully extended above your head and far enough in front that if you didn't hit it, it would land in front of the baseline. You should aim to make contact with the ball as it's coming down from the highest point of the throw. Separate your arms so that your racket arm moves slowly down and the ball throwing arm goes up and slightly across the front of your body to release the ball with the arm straight. As you do this, your racket arm moves down and behind you, increasing in speed as it moves up and forwards over your head in an overarm throwing action. As you bring your racket back, your hips and shoulders will rotate away from the court, before rotating back towards the court as you swing through and hit the ball. The initial rotation away from the court will help you achieve maximum distance in the backswing of your throwing action, which means that you can hit the ball with more power. Keep your eyes on the ball as it leaves your hand. Stay focused on it until your racket makes contact, and aim to make contact with the ball when your racket arm is at maximum extension. As your racket arm extends, straighten your legs and drive your body up towards the ball. After contact, allow your racket arm to follow through and across your body as it decelerates. The momentum of the throwing action will probably move you forward and onto the court. Recover quickly, step back behind the baseline and into the ready position so you're all set to receive the next shot. Some new players might find it difficult to master the full service action immediately. There's a lot to put together and you might find it easier to build up to a full serve. Here are two progressions you can try to help you develop the coordination of the arm action. First of all, we'll shorten the racket take back and concentrate on the throwing action of the racket in order to learn how to contact the ball well and hit it to the correct court. Stand in position as you would for the full service action, behind the baseline and the correct side of the center mark, with your feet a comfortable shoulders width apart and around 45 degrees to the baseline. Bring your racket arm up behind your head in a similar position to where your arm would be if you are coiled back ready to throw a ball overarm. Raise your throwing arm up in front of you and then release the ball up in the air. Then throw your racket arm up to contact the ball just as it starts to drop from its highest point. To begin with, concentrate on the contact between racket and ball, and once you're making good contact consistently, focus on hitting the ball in the correct service box. Once you have this mastered, try the next progression, which will help you develop timing and coordination between both arms. Again, start with your feet in the correct position. Hold the racket and ball together in front of you with the ball resting on the throat or strings. Separate your arms so that your throwing arm moves up in front of you to release the ball, while your racket arm moves down and back past your hip before moving to the throwing position from the first progression. Make contact with the ball as you did before. Concentrate on coordinating the separation of your arms and then focus on making the same quality contact that you managed in the first progression. You might not master it straight away, but keep trying, and remember, you don't need to hit the ball hard to begin with. It's more important to perfect timing first. Once you have this progression mastered, try a full service action as we explained earlier in this guide. Okay, so that was the serve. Let's recap. Throw the ball up higher than you can reach, with the racket held high above your head, so that it would have dropped slightly as you contact it. Make sure the ball is far enough in front that if you didn't hit it, it would land just in front of the baseline. Watch the ball as it leaves your throwing hand. Make the contact point as high as you can, and always remember to recover quickly into the ready position. If you find it difficult to master the full service action immediately, build up to a full serve using the progressions suggested. This will help you develop coordination, timing, and accuracy. So now that you have the serve mastered, be sure to check out all the other useful video guides, playing tips, and fitness advice at intersport.com. In fact, why not look at the basic serve drills video now, which provides useful tips and ideas to get the most out of your practice time. Intersport.com, the home of world-class sports coaching online.